Paraag Marathe might be done with the 49ers. The 49ers are buying Leeds United of the English Premier League, and they're making Paraag Marathe the principal primary owner of that team. It's unclear right now what that means about his involvement with the 49ers, but I don't see how a guy could be the primary owner of a professional soccer team and the principal contract negotiator for a professional football team at the same time. It seems like he probably should focus on one. So this leads to some questions. Who's going to replace Paraag in the 49ers organization, presumably, as the contract negotiator guy? And will he be as good? Because that's the one thing Paraag really did well for the 49ers. He was a tough negotiator. He did not just capitulate to whatever the high-priced football player wanted, and he sort of kept the 49ers out of salary cap hell. That's why they brought him in 22, 23 years ago in the first place, because the salary cap was new and the old guard wasn't quite sure how to navigate it yet. And they brought Paraag Marathe straight from Stanford, I believe, and he had a bunch of spreadsheets and plans to get the 49ers profitable again, and he did that. But he also kind of transformed the Niners from a team that was all about winning to a team that's all about profiting. He said this recently in an interview. He said, "We feel like we have a pretty good experience in running a sports organization. We feel like we've done a pretty good job in transforming the 49ers from an asset value standpoint, commercial revenue standpoint, and on the field. We know how to transition from a lemonade stand to a more sophisticated business operation." That's a really annoying quote to me. I mean, I don't root for the team, but if I were a fan, that would kind of make me angry. I mean, he talked about transitioning from a lemonade stand to a more sophisticated business operation. So what they were doing with Bill Walsh and Carmen Policy and Eddie DeBartolo was a lemonade stand. The 5 Super Bowls, all that entire structure that led to 5 Super Bowls, that's a lemonade stand. And now what the 49ers are is a more sophisticated business operation that has won no Super Bowls under Paraag Marathe's direction. That's annoying. He also said, we've done a pretty good job in transforming the 49ers. Transforming the 49ers. Yeah, from a team that's all about winning a championship to a team that's all about profiting. And he says from an asset value standpoint, commercial revenue standpoint, and on the field. So whatever's on the field is not even secondary to Paraag. It's third. Adios, sayonara, Paraag. I don't really care who replaces him as the contract negotiator. I feel like, 22 years ago, he had a unique skill set. Now everyone knows how to work the salary cap. It's been around a long time. I don't think his skill set's so unique or necessary. I think that where they really need him is in Britain. Go work your magic on Leeds United. They need you over there, Paraag. What's interesting, though, is how is the front office going to shake up? He's the executive vice president of football operations. Yesterday, we were talking about Adam Peters possibly leaving the 49ers for the Houston Texans after the draft. That's quite a come down. The San Francisco 49ers, he's from out here. This is a sophisticated organization on a quest for 6 that's been to back-to-back NFC Championship games. Leave that to go to a blank slate in Houston? Why? Well, because you can't get your promotion here, right? Because he's the assistant general manager and he wants to be a general manager, Adam Peters. Well, if Paraag Marathe leaves for the UK for soccer, well, it seems like the Niners could easily promote John Lynch to executive vice president of football operations, which is quite an impressive title, and then promote Adam Peters to general manager and make everyone happy. Doesn't that seem like the most likely course of events? I mean, it kind of felt like that whole Houston Texans report with Adam Peters was almost like a threat. Like, hey guys, if you don't give me something here, I might just go with D'Amico to Houston, which almost feels like an empty threat. I don't know where that came from, but doesn't feel like it's going to come to that. Paraag Marathe is on the way out. John Lynch could just take his job. Because really, isn't John Lynch kind of like the Carmen Policy of this organization? Who's more responsible for picking players? John Lynch or Adam Peters? We don't know. I would guess Adam Peters. But that doesn't mean John Lynch isn't important. He's more of like the face of the franchise, the voice and face of the franchise. That's important. You gotta be pretty You got to have finesse and sophistication to do it. He has it. Carmen Policy had it. So make him the vice president, make Adam Peterson a general manager, and make Parag Marathe, in charge of a soccer team. I think that's a pretty good restructuring. We just got to figure out who's going to be negotiating these contracts. Is it going to be Kyle Shanahan? Probably not. I'm guessing Adam Peters eventually will be negotiating the contracts. Can he do it? He went to UCLA. Really smart people go to UCLA. Only the smartest people go to UCLA. If you ever meet someone that goes to UCLA, shake their hand because that guy is a scholar and a gentleman.